Okay, hey everybody. This is Grace, and have you ever had like situations back to back with someone that they really have disappointed you? You know, somebody that you think, should be there for you. And it's not like it would be true. It is that it would be true. That's the person who should be there for you. And when you get down to it, I know some people say, well, you think somebody should be there, that's you, or they blame the victim. Okay, they go down that line, that road. Like when you're young, your parents should be there for you. Let's just stop playing with, no. When you're young, your parents should be there. Your parents really should be there for the rest of your life. In one of these, really, okay, I'm tired of playing with it, because so many people say, well, actually, I'm tired of actually people saying actually or implying it. They know better, they know best, they know all. Yeah, but somebody that should be there for you. It was like last year when I know I made a video on it. I had been really ill since 2023. And I was able to function, like just a normal functioning. I was driving, I was this, except for certain things, like I could not bend the lower part of my body, the abdominal area. I could not bend, like from my waist. And none of these doctors, I went to 2 different hospital systems, one starting in 2023. Got a different insurance by close to the end of it. And those people who want to say all this bad stuff about insurance and, getting the affordable care and all that, yeah, you're not the one who has a rare health condition, and the pills finally for it if it weren't for my insurance, I cannot even tell you. They won't even tell me how much it would cost. But my copay alone would have been $500 for every 28 days. But that's just a copay. If I didn't have the insurance, can you imagine how much it would have been? Yeah, some people don't understand. But anyway, I think this is a video fail. It actually seems like it. But I'm going to go ahead and probably put it up on a different channel, on one I just keep private. But basically, last year I was really ill, and I had been ill for a while. But Adam's brother, his older brother, I'm guessing that guy has to be, there's an age difference. Adam's older than I, but I don't say Adam's age. That's his business. His brother's older than he is. And, anyway, his brother was in one state, and so that when he comes through, he wants to stop here in Texas and see the family that's in Texas. And that's 4 families that are related. 4, right? Let me see. Yeah. 4. Yeah. I think it's 4. In different places in Texas. Well, basically what he was doing was getting Adam to pay for his vacation. That's how I saw it. And anyway, I was having some pretty bad problems. Well, Adam left, and I think it was that day after he and his brother left to drive. Once his brother got here, they went to drive to see all of their family, and that meant driving a far distance. Texas is huge, okay? It took them days, and then they came back, took them days, however long it was. And when I think it was that day that Adam left, I wound up in the hospital, ER, that evening. And they said the doctor, cardiologist, said it was heart failure They didn't call it congestive heart failure. He just called it heart failure. And he said it's a warning. He said it's a big term, but it just basically means this one is just a warning. It's warning you to pay attention, be better, watch your sodium kind of thing. And but still, I got home. I didn't know. I had no idea that they just let you go home. You just go home. And I was like, oh, you bet I want to go home. So I drove myself home. I had driven myself to there. That's not my first time in my life. I drove myself to a hospital when I had a serious health condition going on. The other time I had pancreatitis, and I mean bad. They knocked me on my butt. They knocked me out while I was in the hospital for I don't know how long. I remember when I got out of there, I said, I need to find out how long I was in the hospital. And I never did, so yeah. That was in the year 2000. So, anyway, that was when that hospital system determined with more tests, procedures, this, that, the other. Oh my God. That I had this rare health condition. Well, I already knew. I was told before then, but as far as diagnosed by a doctor, that's a whole story to itself. Yeah, this is a video fail because the memories lately, since I finally got on this medication for it. Yesterday was my first pill. Today was my second. I've already done the second already, Yeah, okay. And I'm just amazed at after all these years. I've had it since I was a child. I'm 62. I've had this, and finally it's being medicated. You just don't know what that means to me. Really, I mean, I'm still in a little bit of shock, and I'm coming out of the shock. That, wow, 62, I've had it since I was a child. Not born with it as far as I know. I don't know. I was not capable of knowing. When my mother, both parents, we all lived in the same house. Me, my four siblings, and both my parents in the same house. And nobody told me that I had something. And except for my 7th grade teacher, basically told the class, not that I had it, she just told the class out of the blue, some kind of a film or something, not film, but what was it, projector, some kind of drawing or something. And I said, wait, that seems like me. The drawing of it, like I was the poster child practically. And I said, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't tell the whole class that something that I had like that. That's nobody's business, 7th grade. And there weren't things like that I knew of, like HIPAA and so on and so forth. We didn't even know what bullying meant back then. But oh my goodness, this is so messed up. Plus, I'm sitting here, and some weird phenomenon happened. All of a sudden, stuff was all over my windshield, like little bugs. It looked like it was coming through the vent. One of them did. A while ago, I called Adam and I told him, he said, really? He was inside. I wasn't going to go walk through it, but just stuff was going all over the place. Maybe that's called pollen. Seriously, it looked more like bugs flying. Honestly. The one inside had to have been a bug. Anyway, boy, this is all over the place, worse than usual. And this medication is, although it's about a physical health condition, that's something that is associated with it. And all of my health conditions as of late, physical, of my life, pretty much, will start reversing. As far as emotional, there are some things like that I've mentioned so many times, so very many times, that I've since I was a child, I had problems with in school. I mean, I'm actually a genius, and I was a career student in university, but I was working with this problem that I'm just going to narrow it down to, say it this way, that I can't find the right word, and that's exactly what it is. The word's on the tip of my tongue, and that's what it means. That's what the word means, basically. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. And when I would take tests, I would understand the concepts, I would memorize them. I mean, not memorize, I knew the concepts, but I wouldn't know the word or phrase or whatever associated to it. And, like when you do matching, we call it matching, I would have a hard time, except for that, because I think the thing that was saving grace was that I had this high IQ, and the word, I would have to do it through elimination, but if the word made sense to me with that, yeah, that would be the word or phrase or something, I could see people attaching it to that concept, and then I would attach it, and then through elimination I would get the rest of them. But as far as just memorizing the word, it's just like people's names, names of TV shows, nope. Seriously, unless it has something catchy to it. Like just recently I saw that show, Best Medicine, and Best being his last name, cute, something like that, and he's a doctor. I get it, okay. And yes, I had seen that other one, the one before. I had loved those shows. I did. When I was young, I never liked TV. I was never interested in TV when I was young. It's not that I hated it or anything. I just wasn't a fan. I didn't like the whole thought of you have to wait a week or more or for the next season, and I did not. I had better things to do. Computers. I had my first computer right after graduation. Okay, when I was 18, and that was a long time ago. And then, no thank you, I didn't want TV, but really didn't care for. I would watch it every once in a while, so I knew how it worked and stuff like that. Just wasn't really a fan. But now, these days, especially 2020, because my rare health condition, I was one that had to stay home, more vulnerable. And 2020, 2021, until it was okay. And I got to liking TV. I like those apps. I like to be able to watch a show, like this Best Medicine. Had all these, I could, from the very beginning, to watch all of them to what's updated now. That's how I like watching it. I don't like to come back next week and watch, whenever they finally get back. I like watching the whole, as much as the whole from the beginning to, you know what I'm saying? I just like watching it like that. I can really get the feel of the people. It's not, okay, well, the season doesn't start until October. When I was young, the season started in September, sometimes I think even in August. We got more episodes. Man, you would not believe what is going on in front of me. Seriously. Sitting here in front of my house. It's a 2-story house, and I'm facing it, and it's spring, of course, and March 18th, 2026, it's 74 degrees, and all these beautiful bugs like this, not bugs, but dragonfly. There's a dragonfly flying around. There's also some wasps, even though Adam sprayed some kind of chemical. It's not chemical. It's the opposite of chemical. Where's the word? See? That's what I'm saying. What's the opposite of chemical? Hello? My brain is not going to be able to remember it, but that's supposed to reverse too. And this whole thing of going stream of consciousness, apparently that too. But like I said, it's a physical problem but because of what it is the physical problem, and I'm not saying what it is, and any comment that has it in there, somebody's guessing, is going to be block, delete. That's plain and simple. Full stop. And, yeah. Anyway, it's supposed to be. Okay, this is definitely video fail.